What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Pat Bernard, with my man, Mitch, with my man, Sean Bernard. Guys, we are ready to rock and roll. And, man, the 76ers take a dub down in Dallas. And, boy, does it feel good. Who would have thought that that 76ers team, who took it down to the wire against that bottom feeder Charlotte Hornets team, would go into Dallas and take a W? Sean, I'm going to go right to you. What was your thoughts with this big win from the 76ers?
Yeah, huge win today. That they got to steal a couple of these without Joel Embiid. That you got to take care of business in the matchup you're supposed to, like that Charlotte Hornets game. And then you got to steal a couple to stay afloat. And this was an example of that. That especially with this matchup, falling behind 11-0 to start that game, then punching their way all the way back to hold a pretty commanding lead, starting in that first quarter, and then essentially holding it throughout the entire game until that very end. So very happy with a lot of guys stepping up. Good team win today. That was one that they needed, and I'm happy to see them get it.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people checking in. We already got another Mo Bomb of the Goat here saying great team win. All right. And Quentin's already, let's go. My man is ready to talk some Toby. But yeah, I totally agree. The 76ers won. No one saw this coming again. And by the way, Dives, put your 2 weeks in, you're fired because my man Toby went off tonight. And whenever you're not here, this guy happens showing. I wonder who that seventh guy was in our group text. Now I know it is. It's Toby. He must know when Dives is going to call out or not, because when he calls out, that man shows up. So, yeah, like I said, this was a great win. It spoke volumes. Again, when all of our sphincters got tight, when Maxey went down, no, he battled through, and this whole team battled. At one point, everyone was contributing, whether it was Maxey, Toby, B-ball Paul, guys scoring in transition, guys passing out, the guys on the perimeter. However, they did what they had to do, and the big question is for Dallas, what's going on? I mean, you got everyone healthy. You lost now, 4 out of 5 games now? What's going down out there? And Mitch, I'll kick to you. What's going on with Dallas?
It's Jason Kidd, bro. It's just on the defensive side. Mavs fans are coming on to me, and they're like, Mitch, they can't do this. Jason Kidd's got to go. They want him gone. Because defensively, they're so freaking bad. They're bottom 5 in the league, and people are gaslighting Tobias, showing like, I don't know, he had like a 28 points or something?
Yeah.
27? Something like that?
28.
Like, come on. Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So Marshawn's checking in. He goes, we won. He's shocked. Yes. He goes, what do you think Joel told Tobias? Sean, I'm going to have to go with that. Throw that question to you. What do you think that what JoJo told Tobias about whatever he pulled him aside and told him? I mean, it kind of woke him up.
Yeah, cool story coming out this week of Joel saying he spoke with Tobias for about an hour about kind of the rough patch that he's hit and struggling pretty rough lately. We've all seen it front and center on the court that there's been a really bad stretch of Tobias Harris play. But these past 2 games, that's kind of why you got to stick with it. The brutal reality of things is there isn't a better option below Tobias Harris on this roster, although guys like Nico Batum and Kelly Oubre were both excellent today as well. Oubre specifically, I thought, made a huge impact today, using his athleticism and finally stopping just chucking up threes and actually getting into the paint, getting good shots. It was good to see from Oubre. But with Harris, that these stretches are coming, that there's always the good Tobias Harris and the bad Tobias Harris, and you're always going to get some of each throughout each season. So it was good to see the Sixers rock with them. I think this is one of those just moments where Tobias had to see the ball go through the rim a couple times, finally got back on the right side of things. And the change that I will note is just the quick decisions. Those back-to-back three-pointers he hit in the second quarter where it was movement, touched his hand for 0.5 seconds before he was getting it off again. That's the best version of Tobias Harris. When he's quick, when he's decisive, when he's taking catch-and-shoot looks, that's when he's efficient as a basketball player, when he's playing at his best. And I thought we saw a lot more of that today.
Yeah, absolutely. Marshawn checking in. He goes, JoJo told Tobias, Dr. J had Andre Tony, I have you. Yes. Philly Special Card checking in goes, yo, what's up, buddy? And that's what I've seen out of Tobias. I saw more, again, he's aggressive. He's aggressive in the paint. But the key word everyone knows is consistency. And is he going to bring this, come Tuesday up in Brooklyn? We don't know. But right now, I mean, again, one thing I noticed in that Charlotte game, it kind of, again, is it a bottom feeder team or the Charlotte? No. But, he got aggressive there, and maybe that was a momentum builder for him. And the way he was aggressive in the paint, maybe he was hitting a couple nice elbow jumpers. Again, back-to-back, he gets right into the corner and just start unloading. And when he's at his best, he's at his best. And there's, again, it comes out every year. He's a big X factor to this 76ers team moving forward. And a big reason why that they haven't sunk to the bottom yet, the bottom 10 right now. I mean, again, the way he's hustling right now in these last two games means a whole lot to this franchise. And if he could keep his head above water in the way he's playing right now, who knows what's going to happen with him moving forward. So, and I guess, Mitch, I'll go with you. What are you seeing from Toby?
It's basically from Kyle Lowry and the playmaking, how they're doing this in the half-court sets. In the last two games when Kyle Lowry started, Tobias been getting to his spots, quick shots, quick decision-making. He's doing his thing, and that involves the playmaking from Kyle Lowry, something we've been begging for since before the trade deadline or whatever. So we got him. It's a Kyle Lowry effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philly special cards, I don't know. I get it. It's getting close to 5 o'clock, but wherever you're drinking, feel good, bud. So, Marshawn Lynch saying 33 Tobias Harris is better than 12, but Tobias Harris, yes.
That's actually true.
It is true. Fans still salty about Patrick Beverly. Although Kyle's is miles away from Patrick. Yeah, and that's one thing too. I mean, I get it. He's a veteran player, but again, you said it best. Mitch, he's picking his shots. He's getting open. All those things. Again, just making baskets count when it needed. And again, veteran leadership that's what he brings to this team. And he's a big contributor when he's available on the court. When he can find space and when he creates space, he helps all tremendous. Is one Kyle Lowry. I'll kick it to you, Sean. What's your take on Kyle Lowry so far? Getting his starts.
I've been very impressed that he just has more in the tank than I really expected at this point in his career. That I thought that my concern, and as far as the Pat Bev conversation, it was never about, obviously, Kyle Lowry at his best is a far better basketball player than Patrick Beverly ever has been. The conversation was really, does this version of Kyle Lowry have much left in the tank? And that was really my area of concern. But there's no doubt that he's showing that he does. The way that he just has a veteran savvy about him, the little things, the taking charges. He's up to 5 charges taken in a Sixers uniform already, which is wild in this short amount of time. The way that he draws fouls, that he got a couple of bailout fouls today, like late in the shot clock that really saved the possession. And the way that he instigates, the way that he's able to create for others. There's all these just good traits as a basketball player that you see from him. He's a winning player. We've known that from years. We've seen that, and he's still got that in the tank. So he's absolutely made an impact. It would not shock me if he's in the conversation to remain in that starting role, even when this team is fully healthy.
Wow. So if you get a Joel Embiid back, how do you see the starting lineup being, Sean?
Yeah, it's tough. And I've been anti-Lowry. I would like to get Buddy Hield in the starting lineup. I think we can kind of rest easy and say that DeAnthony Melton likely, I think he's going to miss an extended period of time. And I think the brutal reality is that he's going to be coming off the bench the rest of the year, that he can still make a high impact there. But looking at the lineup as a whole, I would go Maxey, Buddy, obviously Tobias, Embiid, and probably Nico Batum is that 5th. It would not shock me if Nurse is more comfortable with going Lowry and Maxey as the 2 backcourt partners and then going big beyond that. So a Lowry, Maxey, Batum, Tobias, and Embiid, which is a decent lineup as well. I like Buddy in the starting lineup, so I'd like to keep that, but it'll be interesting to see what direction he goes with it.
Yeah, same. And like I said, so we just talked about this morning, if you could get yourself a fully 100% Joel Embiid as, full health, I don't care about the basketball shape because the talent's going to be there for you. And the talent's not going to go away. But if you get a full, 100% healthy Joel Embiid back, say around playoff time, I don't care where you're at. You might be at the 7th seed by then. You'll be playoff ready. And with that starting lineup, you could cause a variety of damage, especially in the East. I mean, really, when you look at it, and maybe it's just me being a little bit of a homer right now, but I mean, I don't fear nobody with this team full healthiness. So, and that's just my take on it. But Steve Cecchini goes, Toby's not taking it completely to the hole. Fadeaway still money. 3 still money. Don't try to force the issue inside of the play within yourself. That's all I ask. Yeah. Momo said, I'm just happy Mo bounced back and played really physical out there. I want to see it when it was needed. Yeah. Ryan saying, yo, guys. Tech saying, hi, Steve. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of we're talking about a play in the MVP and Patrick over here, champion point guard in Kyle Lowry. We're truly a city of backups. Yes, I know. I know. Is that funny?
Great comment.
Lowry is Lowry is far and away better than Patrick Beverly, but I don't know if that is the knees for the hamstrings are. Yeah, true. Listen, he is far better, and like I said, again, he's playing for. Listen, I think this is his last go around playing for his hometown team, playing for his city, and he's going to, like I said, whatever is left in the tank, he's going to pour it all out here as he rides out into the sunset. So he's going to give it his one more go ahead fight, and let's see what it brings from there. So I'll be right back. Mitch, can you take over for a minute?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So Hield had a MCU like start. Yeah, but it's different. It's different though. What is up next?
Yeah, I get what he's going with the MCW thing. The thing that I will critique about Buddy is, I mean, some of it with a shooter, there's just a shooting variance thing. I think he ended 3 for 8 from 3 today, which you take those. I guess my concern is I am seeing him kind of fade throughout games, that you feel the early on punch from Buddy Hield. This is a couple games in a row now where he's knocked consecutive 3-pointers in the first quarter. It's beyond that like later in the game, I haven't felt that same impact for me. So that is a little bit of a long-term concern with Buddy, but I think he'll be much better with Joel, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Tex said he had a MCW like start with the Sixers. No, I mean, like I said, he came out on fire. Like I said, everyone did their part. Again, he was playing. I think he had like 3-pointers tonight. So, or today rather. Here he goes. Here goes Mr. B-Ball Paul, tattooed up. I mean, I'll give one thing about Nick. He's consistent. He's very consistent about his man love for B-Ball Paul. Lowry, Maxey, Hield, Harris, and Embiid. Questionable lineup. Mitch, what do you think?
I mean, I like it. I like it to an extent. I'm a huge fan of Buddy Hield, so I like that there. Harris, but I really love Batum next to Embiid. I really do. I love that. That's a perfect fit next to Embiid. So I don't know.
Yeah. And the other side you got to consider here is the defensive side of the ball as well. I actually like this lineup. Definitely think it can work in stretches. But with Maxey, Hield, and Lowry all on the court, it's a small lineup right there. That's 3 guys under 6'4". That's not going to work in a lot of matchups.
Yeah, here goes one from Marshawn. He goes, Sean, do you think we have the worst collection of contract players on NBA history?
Probably, to be honest. I mean, Tobias Harris, the highest paid player in NBA history to never make an All-Star game, which is just a brutal sticking point there. I mean, for Tobias, that might be an accomplishment. I don't know. Tough to bounce back from that one. And yeah, especially when you bring in, if you want to talk about like the PJ Tuckers of the world, think about if that was still on the book, stuff like that. Definitely has not been pretty.
H checking in. He goes, I wish we had Rocco. We could have used him on Luka. Yeah, and listen, he plays great defense, but I don't think you're slowing down Luka in no time soon. Luka's going to get his no matter what. That's just my opinion. Rookie didn't play. That's BS. Yeah, I would love to see some Cecil action in there. Totally agree with you, Nick. For real, I thought Lowry was done. Listen, a lot of people thought he was done, and he's playing his best, not his best basketball, but he's just giving you whatever he's got left in the tank, and that's the most important thing coming down the stretch here. I had to change my shorts when Maxey went down. First, I thought it was Achilles, then an ankle, then a concussion. What a dodge bullet! Yeah. And Mitch, what was your take about when he went down?
I was like, oh my. It's the bug. It's the injury bug we have. And Maxey, I'm glad he's okay. Now he gets to rest up for a couple of days, and then we got him in Brooklyn. So I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's fine.
Yeah, I thought for sure, like you said, that was going to be the coffin. Now in the coffin. When it went, the minute I thought he went down, I'm like, well, there goes that Sixer season. But Pat, I have an appointment with a tattoo artist tomorrow. I'm getting a b-ball printed across my chest, just as you suggested. So thank you so much for the idea, brother. I can't wait to show it to you off down the shore. Well, listen, whatever helps your cause, Nick. Whatever helps your cause. If you want to get a b-ball tattoo going across your chest, by all means, my man, have a good one with that one. The lineup should depend on the matchups. Yeah, I think you're right there, Tech. I mean, depending on and what Nick Nurse is going to do. The only problem I have with Nick Nurse in this game is that I thought he should have definitely when the minute Dallas started to pick up some momentum up and late in the fourth. Call the TO. Call the TO. You need to slow that down. That's one thing I would love to see him do today. Here goes another one. When was the last time we got some kind of production from a 3-4 position in the same game? Sean, I'll kick that one to you.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see. Tobias specifically is probably the guy that I point to as far as all the inconsistencies and that entire conversation. I mean, tonight, 35 minutes, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 11 of 19 from the field. Really decisive basketball. So for me, that the ebbs and flows of that come with Tobias. But yeah, consistency has not been a strength of the Sixers team overall this season.
Yeah, for sure. And Marshawn Lynch, yeah. The Sixers doctors just don't take their word, please. They'll tell you you'll be ready for 2 weeks, and then before you know it, you're out for their 2 weeks means 2 months. I don't ever take this.
Injury to Rocco. They haven't even really been public about what actually happened, just that it's a knee injury.
No, everyone's just attention's been Joel Embiid's injury. We forgot this dude's been gone for so long.
Yeah,
I think it's just PTO time at this point. Yeah, like I said, I don't know, man. It's just we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, Mitch, I'll go to you. Your thoughts on Kelly Oubre's play in the second half?
He was good attacking the rim. He hit a couple of threes there. I really like him off the bench, adding that spark and everything. It's just a great game. He just had some struggle from the threes in the beginning part, but hey, he made it up. He had over 20 at perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Mobama says, I was nervous if Maxey gets hurt. The team would have struggled a ton. Yeah, that we all know that. B-ball Paul across the chest is crazy. Yes, I know. It's crazy and weird. But, yeah, Sean, same thing. Like I said, when I saw Oubre in that second half, again, coming off the bench, like you mentioned earlier, he played very, very well. Picking his shots, getting open, the way he was just driving to the rim. He did all those and more. I mean, getting some nice rebounds. Just being an all-out player tonight. Did you notice anything different in this game, though? Just, responding about him coming off the bench?
I thought it was more the shot selection is always going to be an issue with Kelly Oubre, right? That's kind of part of the deal and why his worth is what is worth and kind of the free agent conversation. He still took some ill-advised threes. There was one putback specifically that really frustrated me where he got an offensive board and threw up a fadeaway two in a way that they very much could have used at that moment to kick it out, take some clock. But overall, I thought it was an improved game from that standpoint, that I think that he did a really nice job penetrating, attacking the basket, using his athleticism. It felt like there was a point in this game where it clicked with Kelly that there is no one on this Mavericks team that can stick with me athletically, and he used the most of that. That completed a dunk for the first time in what feels like forever. Some of those little runners with the left hand, that little push shot that he went to. So I like the way that he got deeper into the paint and used that as an outlook today, and that's something that we don't always see with Kelly. So a huge burst that he supplied today. I definitely like him coming off the bench much more.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you just said, he might be a better fit, just like B-ball Paul is a better fit coming off the bench. Just does again just the way they respond and listen, if that's going to help you for the mismatches against their bench pieces, so be it. I'll take it. H says, do you think the Sixers should have kept Maxey? Yeah, he looked a little messed up coming back in. Listen, he went in the tunnel. He got the green light. I think he was A-okay after that. So, again,
Tough
just
kid.
the way he played in that, he is a warrior. He's a warrior out there for sure on that floor. Again, he kind of, like, in that first half, to me, he just pretty much just put this team on his back and just said, let's go. Just the way he just battled, the way he just took it to the rim. And the Dallas Mavericks defense just did not have an answer for him for the way he was just driving to the paint. I thought he played very, very well, in that first half. That was Batum's best game in a while. I agree with that one. He looked good. Steve saying that this was a straight up coaching win. Those back-to-back timeouts was minor genius at a major time. Yeah. Nick checking in. Obama is not the GOAT. That's false. Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, boy. Mitch, you might have to be the referee for this one coming up soon. Kelly's going to go into the short regardless of the circumstance. Yeah. Hey, Sean, just saying hi, not beating Knicks or Heat. Oh, come on. Take care. Bye, Heat Nation. Oh, well, thanks for checking in, Heat Nation. I like that Oubre will keep shooting when the outside wasn't working. Yeah. He was in the inside. He went inside. Mitch, what's your take on that?
He was just doing his thing. When the outside wasn't working, you got to change up your game, attack the rim. I was talking to my dad, and he was like, Mitch, Oubre's got to stop shooting threes. I guess Oubre heard my dad at some point, and it just started attacking the rim. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, though, he had a great game. So, let's get into our player of the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we choose our player of the game. I already have that feeling I need to be that sacrificial lamb today. So, Sean, I'm going to go with you. Who's going to be your player of the game?
We've hit on him a decent bit already, but I'm tossing to Kelly Oubre for the player of the game for me.
Woo! Right here. Interception.
Yeah, finish the game. Oh, was that what you were going with?
No, that was Mitch.
Oh, okay.
That was mine.
You're forcing them into my trap. That's what you're doing.
I mean, 26 minutes, 21 points, had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, 7 of 17 from the field. And the fact that he had such a good game, shooting just 1 of 7 from 3, I think is notable. That I thought he provided a positive athletic pop. I thought his ability to create his own shot was necessary today. That he was, specifically in that third quarter, kind of keeping the Sixers team afloat, which was awesome to see. They need this version of Kelly Oubre. Felt like it's been a little bit since he's been a consistent offensive threat. So it was good to see him contributing in a winning way today, which we don't see from him on a night-to-night basis. So shout out, Kelly.
All right.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, shout out Kelly Oubre. Wow, Mitch, where you at? I think someone's hitting on it.
Give me Tyrese Maxey. I'll take Tyrese Maxey here just for the fact that he was on fire in the first quarter. He had 17 points. Yes, the second quarter he only had 2. He did come back from an injury, still had an impact. He did play well. Give me the Maxey.
All right, Maxey, it is for you, sir. And I guess I have no other choice for what you guys have just done to me. But I will go Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris, 28 points. Again, just played amazing in a clutch game on national television against one of the better teams in the league. I will go to Tobias Harris. Again, had 3 3-pointers, which he hasn't done in the late. So, again, whatever Joel Embiid has told him, he's become not Tobias Harris. He became Toby the Terminator Harris tonight. So, and he's just getting the mission done. So, give me Tobias Harris. Guys, what is going to be our grade of the game?
Sweetness and light for my restless mind. Please give me a way to escape this world gone astray. You could give me a little piece of mind.
Yes, I think I made someone's day. Yes, I think I made someone's day. But all right, we're gonna go. Sean, what is your grade of the game?
I'm going A- for this game. That I was really happy with the way the Sixers played. I thought that was conscious effort. I thought they played good team basketball throughout the bulk of that. There was a lot of just good movement, good ball movement, the way that things swung around offensively, defensively, that they did mix in some things, switched up formations, so switching to zone to man throughout. I thought they did some really good stuff across the board today. A lot of guys stepped up. I think this was a true good team win. So this is something that I think is good to add to the shelves in that regard. And I'll also throw in there that B-Ball Paul would have been my next call for player of the game. I do think both the centers played very well today. So shout out to both of them.
Oh shoot! Someone you might get a statue man from Nick's house. Let's go to let's go to Mitch. Mitch, what is your grade?
I was in the middle. I was in mix between B plus and A minus. So I'm gonna go with the B plus. Actually, there was some parts where the Mavericks had it too close. They did have 11-0 start, and I'm like, you're the better team going up against one of the worst defenses in the league. I didn't like that start personally, and then they came back and won. So for me, I'm going B plus.
I'm going to go in that A bracket myself. I'm just going to go in A. I think the team was just solid for me. I think, again, like you said, they were down, they responded, they came back, and they fought through this entire team, and everybody kind of contributed on both sides of the ball. I thought Maxey had a really, really solid first half. I thought Toby had a great through the course of the game. We don't usually get this kind of Toby, well, the Terminator now. And now we got, and Kelly Oubre kind of really stepped up in that second half. And like you said, Sean, on the defense side of the ball, they switched things up from the 3-2 to 2-3 zones, man-to-man, however you wanted. Nick Nurse saw fit, and they were just running and gunning with this team. And you put away one of the better teams in the league. So, again, you're smelling a little momentum heading into the playoffs right now. So, it's March. We're starting to think playoff time and starting – listen, this team didn't fall, so they're uprising right now, and let's see what they do Tuesday against the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies.
So yeah, give it an A.
So good chance to rip off a couple wins here. Neither the Nets or Grizzlies are particularly good teams. Those are both winnable games for that Sixers team. If you can win both those, and we're talking about 4 in a row, then all of a sudden the picture shifts a little bit for what the playoff outlook is, and they need to build up a little bit more of a cushion because it is a tight race in the East right now. The Pacers, the Magic, Heat, all breathing down the Sixers next in the standings. So an important stretch of games here.
Yeah, for sure. Just to look in the crystal ball, I asked this earlier on my podcast. If you're because the Flyers right now are bound for that 6th and 8th seed. So, who would you right now though in the first round? Who would you want to face in the East if you were a minus Embiid? Who gives you the best opportunity?
The Cavaliers are the team that I want. I think the Cavs are very fraudulent compared to the other guys up top of the East. That they're still holding that 2 seed, and there's a chance they hold on to the length of the season. I think pretty much everyone else in the East, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Heat, the Bucks, those are all more dangerous teams than the Cavs in my mind. I would love nothing more than a first-round matchup with the Cavaliers, but I also have taken the mindset with this Sixers team that you can't be matchup watching. You just got to be focused on winning whatever games you can, and however the chips fall is how they fall.
Agreed. How about you, Mitch?
I would take the Bucks because Doc Rivers. That's it. That's it.
You want that sweet revenge.
I just want Doc, but on serious note, I don't know. It's kind of. I'm gonna go different from the Cavs. I do like the Pacers. I do. So I'm gonna go with the Pacers here. Like for me, they do have a Tyrese Halliburton. They do have Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner. That did not scare me, and not as much as like the other teams. So I'm going with the Pacers. I think be different.
Yeah, I like too. I'm gonna have to go. Cavs, Fox. I mean, any one of those teams are good. Just give me
I'll take that.
If we could lock horns with them, I wouldn't mind the Bucks either. I mean, I want revenge. I think this is a fraudulent team. I mean, listen, they got a nice they whacked us, but that was whacked us without our best player. So regardless, I still like get some revenge. Either way. So Nick's also chiming in. He says, "Wow," he says pretty much giving everyone on the East. He says, "Give me the Cavs, Magic, Heat, Bucks, Celtics, whatever." It doesn't matter. So like I said, we'll see what happens there. But real fast, Sean, give me a quick plug. Where can people find you out? What do you have upcoming?
Yeah, appreciate you guys for ripping it today. Appreciate you, Pat. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Sean_Bernard1. Check out Pick Swap Media as well as Sixers Digest for all my own Sixers content popping out there, as well as the Fox Sports The Gambler airwaves. You can catch me on there throughout the week with the Picks and Roll podcast, as well as we on Wednesdays 3 to 6 with Sean Brace. So make sure to tap in for all that.
There you go. And how about you, Mitch?
that's
Well, the
nice.
Sixers win 2 in a row. Now we just gotta wait for Brooklyn.
You deserve it.
So yeah, you can find me Mitch Tofsky on YouTube, Twitter, Hardcore Sports Network,
Sir,
and
you
yeah,
hear
that's all
this,
about it.
Sir, this is not your shopping spree.
There you go. And for me, guys, you can catch me a little later on tonight as I break down the Philadelphia Wings as they take their first home win. So as I was down at the Wells Fargo Center doing all my beat reporting work. So guys, check me out tonight on all lacrosse all the time. So guys, for me, my man Sean, my brother from another mailman, and so forth. Catch me, my man Sean, my man Mitch. Catch us. We are out of here, and we'll be back Tuesday for covering Sixers and Nets. Guys, have a great night, and we'll catch you later.
Yep.
See you later, guys.